Aneen Sego. Hello everyone and welcome back to our Saturday morning breakfast club. It's been such a pleasure spending the weekends with you. This week we're going to be making apple cookie slices for breakfast. They're both delicious and really easy to make. There's not a whole lot of prep work and the kids can make them themselves. The ingredients you would have received in your kits for this week are apples, wow butter, which is basically just a peanut-free version of peanut butter, some mini chocolate chips, and some shredded coconut. In addition to your ingredients, you're also going to need a couple knives. You'll need one to cut the apples and one to spread your wow butter. You'll need a cutting board. An apple corer works really well if you have one, and some paper towel. Go ahead, grab what you need, and then meet me right back here. So I've got everything I need here. This is kind of my little breakfast spread. I am on my own this morning for breakfast, so I'm just going to be using one apple, but feel free to use however many you need. And I luckily have an apple corer, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I've already gone ahead and washed my apple, which hopefully you all have done as well. Remember, it always is important to make sure you give all produce a good wash. So I'm just going to go ahead and core my apple. I apologize. I'm left-handed, which means I often block the camera view. Just stick your apple core right down the center, push it all the way through, and then pull it out. And now I'm just going to go ahead and honestly slice my apple into thin slices. I'm cutting these ones actually pretty thin. Feel free to cut yours in whatever way makes the most sense. I would suggest cutting them a little thicker if you've got some younger ones who are going to be making breakfast for themselves once you've got everything cut. If they're flimsy, it's a little more tricky to get your wow butter on there without losing everything and all your toppings. So I've sliced my whole apple and it actually creates a fair bit of cookies. I mentioned mine are pretty thin. Do whatever makes sense for you. Now on your paper towel, you're just going to lay out those apple slices. In a single layer. I'll move it a little closer. And then what we're going to do is grab another piece of paper towel and just lay it over top and basically blot it or pat it down. What we're doing is just taking away a little bit of that extra juice so that our wow butter will spread evenly as well as stick to our apple slices. If you're worried about your apples turning brown, you've got some lemon juice. You just need a couple drops of lemon juice in a freezer bag. With your apple slices, give them a good shake and that'll stop them from turning brown. So I'm just going to start here. I'm going to take some of my wow butter. I'm going to spread it around. Just like that. And then I think I'm going to add some mini chocolate chips because there's nothing better than the combination of wow butter and chocolate. And then I'm going to spread a little bit of coconut. And really, that's my breakfast cookie. Or at least one of them. One of them alone would definitely not be enough to fill anybody up, I don't think. So the other great thing about this is that you could also use things like raisins, crushed up walnuts, pecans, as long as you don't have a tree nut allergy at home. You could really use anything that you enjoy and that your family enjoys for this recipe. I also really love the idea of letting the kids make themselves their own breakfast. So setting it up kind of like we did with that banana split breakfast, just kind of having a little smorgasbord of toppings that we've kind of already approved that they can go ahead and do while we sit back and, I don't know, have a Saturday morning coffee and create conversation and talk to them about what it is that they're putting on and why they're choosing those things and what their favorite flavors are. Again, an apple sliced cookie bar would be a perfect way to start your weekend. We hope you enjoyed this week's recipe. Be sure to send in your pictures and your ideas and comments about any other ingredients you chose to use with this recipe. Until next week, Ona!